Hey everybody, I am currently at the former Ohio Dreams skate park with the new owner, Caleb. Hi, Caleb.
What's up?
And I honestly can't believe I'm standing where I'm at right now just because of the history with this place and how I started coming here as long ago as I did. But they've reopened, or they're in the process of reopening, and under a new name. It's on your shirt.
That's right, Stoke Run.
And I'm here today to kind of just walk through and give a tour of what is here and learn more about Caleb and what's people have to look forward to. So first, we're going to start going into the main entrance and taking a look at the skate park.
Come on in.
Yes. So first of all, Caleb, what's your last name?
Caleb Burns.
Caleb Burns. So common area.
Yeah. We can walk back through that common area in a little bit. So we took over this place a couple months ago. It was in pretty rough shape. We had quite a bit of mechanical issues to take care of, and there was quite a bit of vandalism left behind just from the place being vacant for so long. So we've been in here for a few months now, and we kind of felt like, all right, I think we're at a good enough place to have what we're calling a soft opening, where we're kind of just allowing people to come in, give us feedback, talk about the things they might want or the things that could be changed, what we can stock in the shop. It's a very community-driven type of project. We're not really in this to, make this crazy money profit place. We want a place for people to ride, come shred, come have a good time. So the hardest part has just been getting this place clean, to be honest. Those big doors over there were left open for 2 years. So there was quite a bit of messes to clean up. But let's take a look at what we've got.
Yeah. And if you've ever been here before, this is going to look familiar because essentially the indoor has been unchanged, just cleaned up and brought back to a state of being able to be used.
Yeah, so I mean, you've been here before. Like, if you've been here before, I would say the biggest change would be the cosmetics that I peeled off all of the Ohio Dreams stickers.
Yeah.
But besides that, we haven't made changes yet. We want to change a few things around, and we're open to some ideas, but we just want to get some people in here first and get them riding again, making sure we get the dust taken care of and maybe get the concrete fixed where they had fire hydrants blown all over, whatever. But this should feel like home to some people, and there's also going to be that other crowd of people that we've had, which is like, I never knew this existed, and now they get to know it exists. So.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I remember being in the high school lunch line and having my old buddy Ben Tedrow like, dude, did you see Ohio Dreams yet? I'm like, what is Ohio Dreams? And he's like telling me about this place, and then seeing it open and everything happened, and now we're standing here in a softly opened Ohio Dreams. I mean, everything's exactly the same. The skate park has not changed. Nate Wessel's design. And what exactly does soft opening mean to you? How long, and like timing wise, like people can come here right now if they're open, obviously.
Yeah, so right now it's a week by week thing because we have contractors still doing work. We're still doing some renovations. We're kind of in collaboration with a farm right now that's on the property. There's a farmer who's farming it for hay and using some of it for storage, and there's farm hands. So we're just being cautious right now before, doing events or having a whole lot of people. So a soft opening to us really probably will be for a few weeks. Discounted pass, kind of the requirements in the discounted pass is just fill out our Google form that's a feedback form, so we need feedback. We need to hear from the community what they want, or else nothing's gonna change, right? I mean, I can make all the decisions I want, but you guys are the ones who are riding here. So I wanna hear from the people, what they want, how they want it, and obviously there will be things that we can change immediately. Some things might not be for a year or two, but that initial thing is just to make those connections. Let people come in, talk with us, ride it, experience it, leave feedback, and then we'll have like a big grand opening event in July. We're shooting for like the second week of July, probably more like the third week, just depending on how contractors go.
So as we walk to the corner here, I'll walk up on this setup so we can get a view of the park from up here. But it's amazing for me personally to see this place opening back up, because I grew up 30 minutes from this place. To see it, you could only really go if you were a camper. Then you could only really go if you knew somebody and you could get in, and then it got to the point where it was like you really just can't get in, and it was kind of a bummer. So as soon as I saw the whole Stoke run thing, I'm like, dude, I have like this emotional connection to this place. Just being a kid, you know how it is. Kids in Woodward have the same exact thing. So soft opening is all of this. The skate park is ready to ride.
It's actually rideable as well. There is just a little bit of construction going on out there, so you got to, watch out for some features, because a lot of rotten wood out there. We had to take care of a lot of things. So,
with that, details on like, you plan to have monthly passes or things of that nature, hours, like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
So during the soft opening period, just make sure that if you go to stokerun.com, you can sign up for the list, and we'll let people know each week, like, hey, hours this week are Monday through Saturday, 12 to 8 p.m. That's kind of the goal, to be open 12 to 8 p.m. pretty much every day. We might have a day off. We'll be open on Sundays eventually, but need kind of a day off to kind of assess and change things around. But the hours right now are a week-by-week basis because of everything happening. So if they need to redo the parking lot, then I might have to close it down for a day or two. So just keep an eye out on the page. That's the best way I can update people. After we establish that grand opening, you go check the Google listing, say, oh, okay, they're open from these hours to these hours. Or, check the list to say, hey, they're closed for a private event or something.
Cool. So, I mean, there's really not a ton to say about the indoor park. It is what it's always been. And then
$10 a day right now. So while you're in here, you can get half off. We're going to do day passes. We're not doing we're keeping things simple right now. No half days or little stuff. Like, just come in, $10 a day. Until we have like our grand opening, it'll go to 20 a day. But until August 31st, you can lock in like forever, as long as you want. You can lock in an unlimited monthly membership for $59 a month. So,
dang.
Yeah, that's all. We really want to support the local people. Like, say, hey, just sign up, lock it in. Even if the price raises, doesn't go back to you guys. And then it'll go to $79 a month after August 31st. So
awesome. So with that, I mean, maybe we could just take a walk and take a look at the outdoors, see what people have the options of checking out if they come out. It's crazy. So like, as we walk out there, what's your history in this world?
In
the action sports world.
So I grew up skateboarding. And watch some stuff here. So I grew up skating. 5, 6 years old. Actually, I was never able to do like team sports or stuff like that because I grew up with this weird disease in my feet called Kohler's disease, where the main bone would like just crack. So I grew up in walking casts. Like every 4 months I'd be in a walking cast. So I would be able to get on a skateboard in the meantime. But kind of grew out of it because this area that we're in Central Ohio, just there's nowhere ever to ride. I always wanted to come to this camp. My parents could never afford it. So I'd be watching the Instagram, looking at pictures, like just dreaming of coming to Ohio Dreams, but never able to access it. I didn't know the right people to get in here. So needless to say, I got out of skateboarding for a while, and I got into business. Started a production company, a few different marketing companies. And when we had the opportunity to take over this, it hit a sweet spot in here that I'm like, let's go put the work in. Let's get this place moving for people. So
awesome. So let's take a
look.
look.
Some people skating out here right now, actually.
So as far as the outdoor goes, I mean, the setup is still the same that it was. There's just over time, this place has been here for over 15 years at this point, probably coming close to 20, and this was here from the start. So obviously
the big stairs that were here were all rotted out. I think we're just going to leave that a bank. The rail setup on these stairs was always kind of weird, so we did remove that rail, and we're going to put it up where those stairs are, just to change up the flow. Ultimately, we'd like to put like a really big concrete bowl corner right there. Back here and stuff, we'll maybe eventually try to change the flow and make 90 degrees as opposed to left to right there. Have it come this way, that kind of feels right with the flow, and then maybe eventually we'll kind of expand it out here.
Nice. So I guess we could walk up there a little bit. Ooh, it's so crazy to be here and see this place open again, and I'm really stoked that you guys are doing this.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah. So
We're stoked to be doing it.
walking up, I mean, if you've been here, you've seen this. Anybody who's been here knows what this kind of setup looks like. But for anybody who doesn't and might want to come out, also something to note is that where we are in Ohio.
Yeah, so we are in Butler, Ohio. Kind of off the grid, but you're about hour and a half from Cleveland, depending where you're at. And then hour and a half from Columbus. So we're really central Ohio. Ashland, Mansfield, Worcester, they're all 30-ish minutes from here.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of that local community. There's really nothing else. Orville Skate Park is coming. That's coming close there. There's Worcester Skate Park, but beyond that, I mean,
Indoor wise,
nothing indoor.
Yeah, there's nothing between Cleveland and Columbus really indoor wise, and this is totally different than anything.
Yeah.
Anywhere other than Cleveland, I guess.
Yeah, I think Cleveland would have they got like Changa, and Columbus has like Skate Naked.
Yep.
Rays in Cleveland as well for the bikes.
Yep.
Besides that, I mean, this is an option now.
Right. I guess I'm just gonna do a nice pan here
Yeah.
to show what all is here, and it looks like most of this is in pretty good shape still.
Yeah, so we've gone back through because pretty much a lot of it, just strangely enough, they put a lot of money into this outdoor park, but they didn't put money in screws. There are a lot of really like bad rusted screws out. So we went through and buttoned up a lot of the places that were bubbling or hadn't gone through, and tried to find the places with rotted wood and fix those. And some of it we're just gonna kind of let ride for the season, and then adjust by next season.
Nice.
So
So I mean, at this point, you've seen what is all rideable right now, and if you want to come check it out, I'm probably posting this week. So soft opening still going on, as Caleb said here, but
always check the page for updates. As we can see right now, like I said, we're in tandem here with a farm, so the awning is not usable currently. There's a lot of hay underneath of it. Hoping by next year or even off season, we can put some like a beginner's area out there, a few boxes, a few quarters, probably more skate friendly, but enough for the beginners, and open concrete. Move things around, be more creative.
yeah, so that's one thing. Then for people who know about Ohio Dreams, they had the BMX track, the trails, the pool, the slip and fly, and all these things, and that's kind of what the rest of this video is just going to be updates on, and maybe a little bit of like what you could potentially have.
Yeah. So outdoor area, I'd say the hardest thing is, 5 years of not touching anything, Mother Nature likes to reclaim its ground. And so there's a lot of brush that needs done. So if you have experience with brush clearing and you want to come ride for free or something, just hit me up. Hit up the Instagram page or find me on Facebook. Let us know. We are looking for people who want to, kind of help get some trails cleared out. If you want to ride it, like, great, bring some equipment and let's start clearing. But depending on who we find and whatnot, or if we find a sponsor or we just decide to start digging into it, this is my next focus right here, is actually getting this BMX track that used to be here. Has those, they're like 10-foot paved berms up there.
Yeah.
There's a few other paved flat sections there. So I think it's a really great course that could just be utilized for lots of different things. I mean, we do a lot with one wheels and the electric unicycles and kind of that niche space. And then there's still the BMX space. Getting in the dirt is going to be a great thing. But back there, I know some of you are familiar with it. There were like all the BMX trails. Not really planning to get into that this season. It'll just depend on if we find somebody that's really good with brush clearing. This would be the first thing to focus on this season.
Yeah, I kind of want to just go down there and see it.
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah, we can get on.
I mean, like, this is a very informal video because I found out this place is reopening just last week and wanted to see what things looked like and kind of give people a realistic idea of what to expect. So we're walking up on this track right now, and for those of you who remember, this track was legit. This track was awesome, and it was real, the real deal. So to see it like this is kind of crazy, but you know what bones are underneath there to hopefully look forward to in the future.
So if there's anything that's really sad that people are really bummed about, it is that the slide is unfortunately not going to stay. Now I think we're going to be able to have the pool reopened. I think the pool is staying. The slide in itself is just in really bad shape, and just some things with the liability and the insurance behind it that are just, for now, maybe in the future sometime we'd be able to build a new one, but for now, unfortunately, it just has to go down. But maybe by next season, the actual pool will be open to be utilized to some extent, which would be a great, cool little summer spot. That's like the, if you know anything about the history of Ohio Dreams and what was behind it, I would say if there's any price to pay in a small one to be able to reutilize it, because all of this was just going to get demoed. All of this was just going to go away. The ramps were going to go away. Everything was just going to be farm. And we were able to kind of come in and negotiate something. So now we stand on it. Now we're here to clean it up.
Yeah, I mean, for context, Caleb was telling me about the amount of work that they've had to put in just to get it to the point that it is. And I, for one, am just grateful that somebody stepped up to do it. So if I haven't said it yet, thank you. And holy cow. So here's the end of the track. My goodness, man, it's crazy. Because, I mean, the last time I was out here was when I was riding on it one day when we were here. So it's like, it's wild to see it.
It's great to know that the paved berms are still here. Obviously, they're in pretty rough shape. You get the weeds cleared out and stuff. I think it's rideable, and even, if we don't keep it paved, maybe we just put a nice flat layer over top of it. Just make it all dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Just the base is still there at least. Just a lot of cleanup needed out here.
Mother Nature does not waste any time in taking back what is hers. Whoa. I mean, that is crazy, man. I remember when people were stoked that this was going to get paved.
Yeah.
Whew.
Lots and lots out here.
Yeah, partially this is for me just to look at personally because of the memories of it, but also just to hopefully get people stoked that somebody is doing something. Man, that is crazy.
So I guess it just takes somebody that sees a lot of potential to make it worthwhile. Someone else obviously had a dream once here to do something. Dreams never die. We're kind of back here figuring out what the next dream is.
Right. And in talking with Caleb, he's got a ton of ideas. There's a lot of potential here. So kind of taking a look at everything that's here. We're not going to go up and go into the trails yet, but if there's an update on those and somebody wants to figure out working on them and everything, I want to know about it, because I'll be here to potentially help and just document stuff. But other than that,
yeah, we can coordinate anytime for people that want to put in. Obviously, you're talking volunteer hours here, but you're talking how soon do you want to have something rideable. So we can only do so much at one time. Pretty small team for the companies that I have. But I think there's a lot of potential, and even just getting this usable by the end of the season would be really great.
Yeah, and I mean, I look at this and I look at inside, and I know what I've seen with USA BMX and how they do races and skate park events and there's so much potential with this kind of stuff. And what I love through just talking with Caleb so far is that he's down for he just wants the community to be involved. And I think that was the important thing you were getting ready to say there too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a particular person. This really for me was going to be an all-wheel park. We're not, I grew up skating, but I don't care if there's lots of BMX people. Obviously, we gotta, we might have to mix hours or do stuff as a mixed park. You run into those issues, but we want a place that's accessible for people and their passions. We're really passionate about really odd things sometimes, and I think it's important to see that the community really wants it to be here. So if you come out and you support the place, you know, you're willing to buy a pass or buy some day passes or even donate time to clean things, that just shows that support that we can make it happen. As much as I would love to do everything and make it all happen, there's only so much I can do, which is why we focused on the indoor first, obviously.
Yeah, maybe to round things out, we talk about like next steps for anyone who might actually want to get involved. Like, what are you actually actively looking for next?
So groundskeeper people, we have access to heavy machinery if people don't, or if you have experience with it. If you know anything about trails, you know that the most valuable tool that you have is a shovel and sometimes a flat rake. But brush clearing is pretty simple. You know, we can get brush hogs out here if you have bigger machinery that can clear brush. That's a big need. I have some of it. You know, I've got access to bobcats and skid steers and excavators. Actually, one of the big days we will have coming soon doesn't really have a lot to do with this, but getting that slide down. If you want to help have a big bonfire and come out, we got to get the slide down before we start to carve into that area to help get the pool cleaned out, because there was a lot of dirt that would come down into the pool, kind of a problem before they get it reopened. But if you've got groundskeeping experience, or you've got trail carving out experience, out there in that area, we talked about maybe having some like a little pit bike course or some moto area that wouldn't take as much. Or if you've got some friends and you guys want to come out here and pay to have a fun weekend to rip your ATVs through and clear brush that way, by all means, we're open to ideas. So you can shoot us a message at Stoke Run on Instagram. That's probably the easiest way, or the Facebook page you can message. I manage most of that, or I've got someone in there that'll make sure I get it to see a response.
Cool. And then what's the website again?
StokeRun.com.
Cool. And do you know the address offhand?
3495 Tugend Road, and that's in Butler, Ohio, 44822. If you go to Google, you just type in Stoke Run, it should come up, Stoke Run Action Sports Park.
That's awesome. So Ohio dreams may be no more, but the dream's still living on, and I'm really, wow, I was saying that naturally. Stoked. I'm really stoked for it.
For Stoke Run.
I'm not that lame, I promise. Anyways, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being willing to like make this happen. This is honestly like a dream I've had for a long time. So thank you, and come check this place out. It's exactly what it always was, and is going to be better in the future. So with that, check them out. Thank you. And subscribe here if you haven't, because I have a feeling I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here quite a lot.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.